Hi, everybody. Mrs. DeBar here. Today, we're going to continue to learn about the different awards that you may see on some of your library books. So, as a review on our Bitmoji classroom, I have 4 awards listed here. I'm going to enlarge the screen for you. I have 4 awards listed here. We have the Caldecott Medal, the Newbery Medal, the Coretta Scott King Medal, and today we're going to talk about Pura Belpre Award. So if you go to this Bitmoji classroom and you click on any of the awards like this, it will open up to the Division of American Library Association and will give you description about the medal, who it was named after. Like this one was named after Randolph Caldecott. And one of the reasons why it came about was because Randolph Caldecott was one of the first people to put illustrations in his stories. And this is actually one of his drawings that if you looked up his books, you could see. So this page goes on and tells about the medal. Here over here was the Newbery Medal, and we clicked on it, talked about when it was started and who it was named after, John Newbery, and it's giving annually for distinguished American literature. Here was the Coretta Scott King, giving annual to outstanding African American authors and illustrators for books. And of course, today is the Pura Belpre Award. So in this Bitmoji classroom, you can have further details on each of the awards again. This is a great way to find a book that you want to read next. Of course, here's the term and criteria for each of them. So Caldecott, remember, it was given annually. They had to be an American artist. The illustrator must be a citizen or living in the United States, must give a visual experience. The illustrations should support and strengthen the text. And these were some of the winners. When we went to the Newbery, here was the terms and criteria. Again, the author needed to be a citizen. It could be any form of writing, fiction, nonfiction, poetry. It must be distinguished children's literature. Now, the reason why they keep saying this is because they do not want a book that really is for older students or adults. This has to have strong plot, theme, characters, and setting, and well organized. And those were some of the winners on there. And with the Newbery, I had also added some of my favorites. And I heard this is being turned into a movie. So that's kind of exciting. A good way, again, to search the library catalog to find a book that you want to read next. Of course, here was the slide for the Coretta Scott King Award. Terms and criteria. If you want the full account, you can click on it, brings you to the American Library Association. But here's the basics. The author must be Black or African American. Author must live in the U.S. or be a citizen. Story must reflect Black experience. Published in the U.S. the previous year. Now, the reason for that is that books are published all year long, and you don't want to vote on a year until the year is over. So 2020 just finished, all the books were collected, some were nominated to enter into this sort of contest, so to speak, to win the Coretta Scott King Award, and then they're voted on and chosen. The books must have a clear plot and illustrations that are appropriate for the age group. Remember, we're talking children here. So here is the winners from 2020. We had the illustrator winner here, and this was the author winner. Then back to 2019, etc. So today we're going to be focusing on the Pura Belpre Award. Now here is who it's named after. This is Pura, and you can see the drawing on the medal. It's of her face, and if you zoom in, she's holding a book. This award was established in 1966. So the basic award, there are 2 awards given. One is for narrative meaning text of the story, so an author can win. And one is for illustrations. So this again has 2 awards that are given every year, and then of course runner-ups. The terms and criteria, if you click on it, you'll get to see the full link, and I'm going to do that for you this time. Here's the full link of the award. This is about the award here. And then if you arrow down, the Belpre terms and criteria, so you can read the full details and definitions of how you win this book, the terms and the definitions there. Basically, if you look at my little list here, the author or illustrator must be Latino or Latina. Author or illustrator must be residents or citizens of the United States or Puerto Rico. The work must celebrate Latino culture. The book must be for children, again, quote unquote. That's the term they use, which usually means up to age 14, and it's published in the previous year. So that is how you win this award, either the bronze or the silver. So before we start reading today's book on Pura Belpre, I want to show you, it says here, the author or illustrator must be a resident or citizen of the United States or Puerto Rico. Well, of course, we live in the United States. We live in the state of Virginia. But where is Puerto Rico? So I put a link in here to bring us to a Google map so we can really see where Puerto Rico is. And here pulled up our Google map. Puerto Rico is way down here. Let me zoom in so you can see. There it is. It's an island surrounded by water, right? An island is a body of land surrounded by water. There's Puerto Rico. Here's Florida, so you get kind of a point of reference here. Here's, of course, where we live in Virginia. Right about where my mouse is pointing to is Mechanicsville, approximately there. And we're going to learn in our next book that Pura Belpre lived in Puerto Rico, but she flew into New York, into Manhattan, right about where this dot is. Here's Long Island, where Mrs. Tafar is from, of course, and then upstate New York. They call this upstate New York. This is all part of New York. Manhattan's right about where their dot is. So Pura Belpre came from Puerto Rico. She's Latina, and she came into New York, and we're going to learn why this medal came about, why she's a significant person we're still reading about. And the great thing about learning about this award, the Pura Belpre Award, is that it gives you another way to search the library catalog for something that maybe you never thought about reading about and learning about Latino culture. So again, here's Puerto Rico. Here's where we are. And this is where Pura Belpre ended up. Happy reading, everybody.